want, what you want.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's episode 2 of Total Nonstop Wrestling Talk. I'm the Diener, my co-host Q. Thank you, sir. Today we just thought we'd talk about a couple of things going on in TNA and also about the Impact. Big news is TNA is talking about releasing a lot of talent. I've heard because they don't need it, also because of money situations. Q, what's your take?
My take is, I'm going to quote a fellow wrestling video guy from Talk Wrestling, Jeff Meacham. He was talking a little bit about this earlier on the episode that he had put on today. To be honest, you got a lot of big contracts out there for these old guys. 3D, Nash, Hall, Waltman I think is just about out. But you got these big guys who have these huge contracts, and they kind of need to start over again. They need to cut the big guys, keep the young big guys, keep Mr. Anderson and Jeff Hardy and RVD and the Pope. Those are the guys they can keep. Those guys, that's fine.
Let me jump in here for a second, sir. It was my understanding that most of the talent was paid by appearance. They didn't have salaries. You're saying that most of the older, bigger, well-known people do?
That is something. The older talent have contracts.
Okay.
Guaranteed contracts.
I was not aware of that.
And Dixie is trying to talk them into taking either a pay cut, or they're going to have to start cutting people. And that's why there haven't been any official names yet. I think they're still trying to work out all the little kinks to see if they can cut money out of somewhere else. And to be honest, like Jeff Meacham was saying, cut some of that money out and, put it into production. Go out to get Paul Heyman. Go out to get some big name wrestling mind. Throw JR like a huge, insane amount of money. Because we need somebody better writing the stories than we have right now.
That is for sure. I totally agree with you there.
And it's probably going to end up being people who are on the shows that get cut rather than aren't on the shows, because the people who aren't on the shows are the ones who aren't getting paid. So there's no reason to cut somebody who isn't getting paid anything. So
yeah, it's just the whole paid by appearance sort of thing. Yeah. It doesn't matter if those people are staying because you don't even see them anyway. Yeah. But a couple of people they could easily lose. I mean, how about Lacey Von Erich? I think technically right now she's half of the knockout tag team champions, but you could easily get rid of her and Madison could just have 2 belts. It's not like that's never been done before. Lots of people have had 2 belts at one time. How about Eric Bischoff's assistant? What's her name? Miss Tessmacher? Tessmacher, something like that. I mean, come on. I mean, it's obvious why she's there. It's because she looks good on camera. There's another person we don't really need. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure she doesn't get paid all that much, but still, every little bit helps.
If she had something like, if she was like Chelsea, where she actually kind of, adds to the story.
Yes, I was looking online, people actually talking about exactly that, how they shouldn't cut her just because she's involved in the story right now.
Yes. And she's actually furthering, and she's good, and she's a nice piece to the puzzle of that storyline with Desmond Wolfe. So I think they need to keep her. It's people like Daphne really isn't doing. I don't think she's doing it for anyone.
Yeah.
Really don't need a female jobber. Let's see who else. I mean, there's so many people that are in the back right now that just haven't even been seen. Kyoshi. When was the last time Kyoshi had any match in TNA? It feels like it's been 6 months.
It's people.
The other news we have for today is Kurt is coming back to Impact.
Supposedly. Anyway, well, let's hope so. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm a huge fan of Kurt Angle. he had those great matches with Anderson, and then right before that, him and AJ had that whole mutual respect feud going, and they put on some just phenomenal matches, so I'm really looking forward to his return.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what he's got to say, what he has in mind for the heavyweight title, because I know he said he's coming back for the title, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm excited to see what he has to say, so I guess that's going to be it for right now. The next segment's going to be about Impact.
We'll see you guys then.
Alright guys, we just finished watching Impact for the night. It's actually a pretty good episode. We started off with the top 10 contenders being announced. Don't know how they really figured this one out, because I don't think it's the way... I mean, it's supposed to be all about the fans, and it's only like 1/3 of the vote, so I thought that was kind of dumb. But
yeah, because if it was really actually all about the fan vote, I think we all know that Desmond Wolfe would have got another title shot, because I just looked at the polls not too long ago, and he was way ahead of anyone else.
And the other thing is, Matt Morgan was like number 2 by a long shot also. So, and he wasn't even in the top 10. But, I don't know, Kurt Angle wasn't there, so we saw him come in later. He gave up his spot. They had a quick over-the-top rope X Division match for the 10th spot, because everybody moved up one. And Kaz won, and Ric Flair did something.
Yeah, he talked to Ric Flair, so obviously something's on in the works right there for a future storyline.
One thing I loved, Roxy was back, looked awesome, except for her outfit. Horrible.
Maybe it was just me. I did not care for those colors whatsoever. I think it was gold and really light brown, but for the match itself, it was pretty good.
Yep. I'm really liking what they're doing with Jay Lethal now. He's gotten rid of the Black Machismo thing. He's his own guy now. And he had put on a pretty good match with RVD against Beer Money.
I had an Orlando Jordan versus the Freak Rob Terry match. Rob Terry coming out of Sacrifice, obviously, because with that knee injury, so obviously that was a picking point for Orlando, and obviously he got the victory, and they want to play up this whole really vicious side to him, which if you watched, you saw him just like tearing into him with that submission hold.
Exactly. Eric Young versus Shan Moore, pretty, I don't know, pretty short match, nothing really exciting there.
Then there was Beer Money versus...
Already did that one.
We did already do that, good. And then to finish off the night, the main event was the Stinger versus Jeff Hardy. Wasn't a bad match. Kind of quick, just because it seemed like they were trying to pack in a lot to tonight's Impact. Don't really get where the whole Anderson helping him storyline is going, but that's just me. Q, your thoughts?
Yep. The other thing, the last part was well, it wasn't the last part in the show, but the last part we'll talk about is the Abyss getting Chelsea. I love what Wolf on the microphone. He's awesome.
Yeah. He
came back, Abyss is talking all this crap, and then Abyss is just, and then Wolf takes the microphone back and just talks crap right back to him. And then he takes out the 2 security guards and breaks a bottle, slices his arm, but then he gets Death Valley Drive. What is it?
What?
The slam?
Black hole slam. That's Abyss's finisher.
Gets Black Hole slammed, and then Abyss takes her over his shoulder, and her chest's almost falling out.
Yeah, I had to use that big-ass purse to cover him up.
Yep.
Well, that's everything that happened on Impact, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I think we would give it a pretty decent rating for this week. Q?
I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 7.5 today.
I'm gonna agree, 7.5.
And don't forget to check in next week. We'll have another Q's Corner. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed our show, and check back next week for Q's Corner Part 2. We're going to talk about the music of TNA. Lots of people seem to not think that TNA has very good theme music for their wrestlers. I personally like about at least half of the songs that are out there, so I'm going to see what you guys think. I'll give you guys my opinion, and don't forget to send your questions, answers, anything you want to tnwrestlingtalk @gmail.com.
Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you next week for another post show after Impact.